Hey, Ashley, get a load of this. Today, something great happened to me at work.
What happened to you? You seem to be a little tense even though you're off work right now.
I told you it was something great that happened to me today. Can you guess what it is?
Is it that project you were talking about before has finally started to settle down? You were always complaining about how busy you are. Aren't you worked up because you're done?
You're half right. I actually did finish that project recently. It feels good to finally be done. But that's not the only thing that has happened to me today.
Well, what is it? Quit playing around and just tell me.
If you're that interested, then I'll just straight up tell you.
Then do it! What are you waiting for? The suspense is killing me.
The thing is, I just got a promotion. My boss told me that at the end of work today. He said that it's because I've been doing a great job for some time. Isn't that great?
No way! Are you serious?
I sure am. He also said I'll get a pay rise starting with my next paycheck. So let's go eat lunch or something together on my next payday to celebrate.
I'm so happy to hear that! If anyone deserves it, it's you, honey. You always work so hard and put in so much time for that place. I'm glad to hear your efforts are being recognized.
Thanks a lot, Ashley. It's thanks to all of your support up till this point. I wouldn't be here today without you. I'm really thankful for everything you've done for me.
No, it's the fruits of all of your hard work up until now. On top of both of us having jobs, you're also helping around the house. I have such a great husband. I'm so proud of you.
You don't need to praise me so much. Don't you know how easy it is for me to get cocky? Don't you think if you praise me that much, I'll probably screw up at work tomorrow? I need to be at the top of my game if I want to make a good impression in my new position, especially to my new subordinates.
Oh, stop that, will you? You should just take it in the moment for a change.
I'm just messing with you. But with this, us talking about having a child is becoming more and more of a reality.
You know, I've always dreamed of having a little baby with you. It's been so tough for us. It's always just seemed like a fantasy. We've never had the money to be able to support one.
We have been able to earn enough money from us both working up until now. Don't you think that maybe we should talk about settling down soon? Because from here on out, my salary will go up. We don't need to talk about it right now, but I think we should carefully consider it in the near future. What do you think about that?
That's true. I agree with what you're saying, but you're going to be even busier now. So let's wait and see first. Don't forget that I'm working too. It won't be as easy as deciding, let's have a baby, than having one. We don't have any time to raise a child at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I also need to get used to my new job as soon as possible. It looks like I'll have some people working under me, so I'll need to be more responsible. I'll have a ton of new responsibilities that I will need to train for.
It's great that you're thinking about these things going forward. For the time being, let's celebrate your promotion. You deserved it. As happy as I am for you, I'm equally as excited to go celebrate at a nice restaurant.
Is that really all right with you? Didn't you already make dinner?
Surely we can eat that as well, right? If not, we can just split it and bring it with us to work tomorrow. But I'm starving right now, so I think I'll be able to eat a lot.
Someone's hungry. You might not be able to make it to work at all tomorrow if you eat too much.
Yeah, I know, but it's not every day you get to celebrate.
Fair enough. Well, get ready so we can go straight out as soon as I get back. See you soon! Ashley, how come you didn't come back from work before me? I just walked through the door to a kitchen table with nothing on it. I'm starving over here.
Didn't I tell you beforehand that I'll be working overtime tonight? Just make your own food. I left some chicken in the fridge for you to eat. Put some in the microwave and heat it up. It shouldn't take you more than a minute.
Are you serious about what you're saying? Why the hell do I have to make my own food? I'm way too busy to be worrying about things like that.
I understand that you've been very busy with your job when you got promoted. But please do at least that much on your own. You're not helping at all, even when things are going fine for you, right? Shouldn't it go without saying that we should be working together at times like these?
That was all in the past. This is now. Did you forget how much I make now after getting promoted? You and I aren't on the same level anymore. Pretty ballsy to complain to the guy who supports you.
Please stop talking like that. Why have you been talking like that to me lately? You were never someone who would say those kinds of things.
I'm not acting weird at all. I'm just making my position as clear as day here. Married couples need to sort things like that out.
See? That right there. That's not something you would have ever said to me before you got this promotion. Seriously, just what the hell happened to you? Did something bad happen when you were at work? I might not be able to help, but I can at the very least listen to you if you just tell me what is going on.
No, it is not like that. Wouldn't it be unfair for me to help out with the house even though I'm the one who's making more money? Up until now, there wasn't that much of a difference between both of our wages. But now that isn't the case. Which, like I said, is why you need to recognize where you stand in this marriage. Which is below me. I need you to be at home to do all of the housework.
No one is higher or lower than the other when it comes to a marriage. It shouldn't matter which one of us is making most of the money. It's definitely been a lot of help to us that your wage has increased, but life isn't just about making money, right? I think that there are a variety of other things that are also important.
You can say things like that after you start making more money than me. As long as I'm the one that makes more money, it doesn't matter what you complain about. Which means someone who doesn't make much money doesn't have any room to argue. You should just shut up and listen to what I have to say.
There it is again. Stop hanging that over my head. Just because you make more money doesn't give you the right to think like that. Didn't we get this far by helping each other out? We got this far together. It would have never worked if one person kept puffing out their chest and treating the other like you're treating me.
That's why I said I was mistaken up until now. Wake up and realize our situation right now. Isn't the husband who makes more money always the most important in a relationship? I see that happening at my workplace, and all my friends think that way too. I was mistaken before, so it's only natural for me to correct myself. If you can get that, then you should refrain from acting against me from now on.
Fine. It's pretty obvious you aren't going to change the way you think. Isn't that right? You've made up your mind about how I'm below you.
Of course I have. I won't change my mind. Which naturally means this is how it's going to be from now on. So you better get used to doing all the work and whatever else I have to say.
I see. So your mind is set in stone then?
You can't be that stupid. I literally just said that. Anyway, I'll let you off the hook for today, so just make sure you don't let it happen again.
I'll keep in mind to do just that. Don't forget what you said either.
Hey, how many times has it been now? Didn't I tell you that if you're going to be working overtime, then make some food in the morning before you leave? So why is there nothing here right now?
I've got something to tell you before we talk about that. Is that all right? It's really important to me. And I think you will find this in particular to be very interesting.
I literally couldn't care any less about what you think is important to tell me. If you have time to talk about something like that, then get over here right away and make some food. Even if you are working overtime, it's not like it's that hard of a job, right? Since you make less money than me.
Yeah, about that. Didn't you say that the one who's making more money is more important? Do you still think that?
Yeah, it's obvious that the one making more money is more important. Which means you should just do what I say without question.
I'm so glad to hear that. So I wasn't mistaken about that then.
What have you been going on about all this time? You need to stop saying things that don't make sense. You're starting to freak me out.
Well then, go to the store and get some groceries for me. I'll also leave all the housework to you. See you later.
Excuse me? How many times do I have to repeat myself? You are the one who takes orders from me, not the other way around. Money equals power, and you have none of either. Are you so stupid that you can't even understand that much?
Isn't that why I'm ordering you? Why don't you think about it for a few seconds and try to understand? Or are you just an idiot?
I literally can't believe you think you can talk to me like this. Maybe if you'd put the same enthusiasm into your job, you wouldn't be making so little. Don't push me. I'm nice enough to support you now, but I can easily make that go away.
Okay, then you don't have to support me anymore, since I'm making much more money than you are. But if you choose to be a good little boy and listen to what I tell you, then maybe I'll support you.
Yeah, right. Don't think you can lie about having a higher salary than me. Only a real stupid idiot would lie about something that can be so easily proven.
If you think I'm lying that badly, why don't you go take a look at the last deposit into my account? Go ahead. You know the password to the bank app.
Huh. Are you sure you want me to do that? I'm going to laugh so hard if there's like $2 in it. I'm going to go look at it right now and expose you.
So, did you see it? You were able to log in, right? So, what do you think about my earnings?
Are you screwing around with me? How can you possibly be making this much?
Do you finally understand it now? I am making so much more than you. So don't you dare try to oppose me. And in addition to that, stop making a fuss about everything around the house, including not having any food to eat.
None of that matters right now. I want to hear the reason why you're making this much. What did you do to get this much money?
There isn't much to it, really. I just happened to get a promotion just like you did. Not to mention my bonuses are going to be insane from now on.
A promotion? How come I never heard about this?
It's been in talks for a while and my boss finally offered it to me. I have the stuff with the house, and not to mention, wasn't there also the possibility that we could have a child? Those are the reasons on why I refused to take it initially. It would be a lot of extra responsibility and working hours.
So then why did you suddenly want to accept it? Don't I make enough money for the both of us to live comfortably?
Well, like you eloquently put it, money equals power, right? So if I made more money than you, then you would have to listen to me, right? I was pretty sick of you barking orders at me. Now it's my turn to be queen.
Hold on. You can't be trying to force all of the housework on me, right? Even as it is now, I still have a job, right? I don't have time to do any of this stuff.
I was always doing it before, so it's not like you can't do it either, right? Are you going to oppose me? Even though I'm the one making more money than you? After all, weren't you the one who originally said all of that?
Well, it's not very reasonable if you think about it realistically. Since I get tired due to being so overworked at my job, I don't have the mental energy to get all of these chores done by myself.
Don't you think that I get tired as well, though? But even then, you made me do all that work anyway, right? I never got any breaks or encouragement from you. So wouldn't you say that you are the one who doesn't have any right to complain? I'm the one giving orders, so you should just shut your mouth and listen. Hey, Mark! Why did you leave the house without doing any of the chores? Also, how come you didn't get any of the food ready before you left? Care to explain yourself?
Oh, give me a goddamn break already. Didn't I tell you that I couldn't since I had to do some extra stuff after work with my colleagues? I had to stay overtime for a last-second meeting. I can't do any chores like this.
Why not? Do you think it's a good idea to oppose me? I'm the one who's bringing in more money. Like you said, that makes me the boss.
I told you before that this is unreasonable. Just think about me for a second.
But weren't you not listening to me when you were the one making more money? You were so drunk with imaginary power from the rules you arbitrarily made for us. And yet, when you're on the receiving end, you're so quick to start whining. You really are pathetic, you know that?
But it wasn't like this, right? I think I may have had a change of heart. I take back what I said. Money isn't everything, right? I admit I was wrong. Let's go back to the way things used to be. Didn't you say that's what you wanted?
Sorry, buddy. No can do. It hasn't even been that long since I've been on the throne. You've barely had anything to do, and you've only just started. I had to endure your power trip for over a year. It's been just a week for you so far.
That's why I said I was sorry. Let us put our relationship back on equal footing again. Let's split up the chores like we used to do back in the old days. Wouldn't that be better for the two of us?
Why do I have to listen to you? Am I not more important than you since I make more money? I don't think you're qualified to complain to me.
Just listen to me for a second. This past week, I began to understand what you went through as I did all of the housework even while having to go to work. How you have worked so hard up until now for me and to keep the house clean. So let's stop doing this already. I realize now that I was in the wrong. I'm so sorry for everything that I've put you through. I'm begging you, please go back to the old Ashley that I loved who was kind-hearted.
So what if I was kind-hearted before? The one who pushed me to do this was none other than you, right? This is what you chose, so get over it already.
We talked about wanting a child, right? But what would happen if you acted the way you do now all of the time? Wouldn't you be hated by our future child? That's not what you want to have happen, right?
Don't bring the child into this conversation, especially after all you've done. You look down on other people when you have the upper hand, but when you are at a disadvantage, you do nothing but complain right away. I don't need to have a child with a person like that. You will be listening to whatever the hell I say from this point onward.
I can't do this anymore. Please just divorce me already. I can't be with you anymore. Wouldn't that be the best for you as well?
What are you talking about? Why on earth would I want to divorce you? This is the best time of my life.
Wait, what? But don't you hate me? Isn't that the reason why you were doing this to me?
Isn't that obvious? I've lost all my love for you after you did this to me. You've been nothing but cruel and abusive towards me for a long time. Ever since you got that promotion, you've let the success get to your head. I hate you so much for everything you put me through.
So then shouldn't we just divorce instead? Then you wouldn't have to deal with me ever again. Why won't you divorce me?
Did I not just tell you the reason just a few minutes ago? I've had to endure a whole year of what you put me through. You made me do everything around the house all by myself without any breaks. I had to do all the chores every day, like cleaning up after you and having to organize all your files after you lay it all over your desk. I had to cook for you on top of that, including having to constantly run to the store to get the ingredients for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it wouldn't be very fair if I didn't put you through a whole year as well.
That's sadistic. You know that, right? I'm begging you. Please just divorce me. I can't take it anymore. I'm sorry already.
By the way, I had a quick chat with your mom recently. She's so unhappy with how you have been treating our marriage like a joke. Sounds like she's totally on my side here. It's no use.
You were talking about this with my mom. Our marriage is none of her business. How will I be able to face her now?
It's all right now. You don't have to worry about the money anymore or having to work so hard at your own job. Because I'm just going to put you through all the pain that you put me through in 1 year. So, make sure to listen to what I have to say for this whole year. After that, I continued to work my husband to the bone until the day we divorced. At first, I said it would be a year until we filed for the divorce, but my husband couldn't handle it. He deeply apologized to me at the time and seems to have accepted what had happened. I formally accepted his apology at the time the divorce was finalized. He finally woke up to the abuse he'd been putting me through and realized how horrible his way of thinking was. I guess he started to understand my feelings regarding how awful he was to me when we switched places. I don't know what happened to Mark after we divorced, but perhaps he became a better person afterwards. I, on the other hand, had stopped caring about what my outrageous husband had done to me. I had found meaning in my life after I had been promoted to my current position. So here on after, I have continued to put even more effort than ever into my job. It was worth the hard work as my reputation at work helped me to become the very best. So this time I was also chosen to lead the new project. It happened around the time my revenge towards Mark had finished, so now I feel relieved. From this point on, I can lead a free life without having anything to do with Mark. And I hope that someday, I can find a better man to be with me for the rest of my life.